Hello. Welcome to our channel A to Z Immigration Updates. If you want to settle in Australia with Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa, then this video is for you. This visa lets nominated skilled workers live and work in Australia as permanent residents. So for detailed information about what is the Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa for Australian immigration, watch this video till the end, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Firstly, here are some benefits that you will come up with Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa. You can stay in Australia permanently, work and study in Australia, enroll in Australia's public healthcare scheme, Medicare, sponsor your relatives to come to Australia, travel to and from Australia for 5 years, if eligible, become an Australian citizen. Newly arrived residents may have to wait before they can access certain Australian government payments and benefits. How long you can stay in Australia with Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa. This is a permanent visa. It lets you stay in Australia indefinitely. The visa has a travel component that expires 5 years after the date of visa grant. You become a permanent resident on the day they grant the visa. For citizenship purposes, your permanent residency starts on the day they grant the visa, if you are in Australia, and you enter Australia on this visa, if you are outside Australia. What if you want to include family with Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa? You can include members of the family unit in your application. You can include them when you lodge your visa application, add them after you lodge your application but before they decide on your visa. Family members who apply for the visa must meet their health and character requirements. Family members not accompanying you to Australia might also need to meet their health and character requirements. If your partner or dependent children are not included in the application, to assist them in processing your visa you have to tell them the reason why. Now the most important question is, what is the cost of Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa? The visa cost is $4,115 Australian dollars for the main applicant. There is also a charge for each family member who applies for the visa with you. To work out what your visa will cost, use the visa pricing estimator. You might have to pay an extra charge for any applicant 18 years old or older who has less than functional English. This charge is called the second installment. Pay it only when they ask you to. They ask for the charge only if they are going to grant the visa. The second installment charge for family members is $4,890 Australian dollar. The visa pricing estimator does not include the second installment or other costs. You might also have to pay other costs for health checks, police certificates and biometrics. From where can you apply for Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa? You can be in or outside Australia when you apply for the visa and when they decide your application, but not in immigration clearance. If you apply in Australia, you must hold a substantive visa or a Subclass 010 bridging A visa, a Subclass 020 bridging B visa or a Subclass 030 bridging C visa, otherwise your application will not be valid. What is the processing time of Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa? They assess applications on a case-by-case basis, and actual processing times can vary due to individual circumstances, including whether you have lodged a complete application, including all necessary supporting documents, how quickly you respond to any requests for additional information, how long it takes to perform required checks on the supporting information provided, how long it takes to receive additional information from external agencies, particularly in relation to health, character, and national security requirements. For permanent migration visa applications, how many places are available in the migration program? What will be the travel status provided with Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa? You can travel in and out of Australia as many times as you want for 5 years from the date they grant the visa. After 5 years you will need a resident return, RRV, visa, Subclass 155 or 157, to re-enter Australia as a permanent resident. They will digitally link your visa to your passport. You will not get a label in your passport. How can anyone be nominated with Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa? You must have been nominated for this visa by an Australian state or territory government agency. Submit a completed expression of interest, EOI, in Skill Select. State and territory government agencies can see your completed EOI and might nominate you for the visa. If you are nominated for the visa, they will invite you to apply. All state and territory government agencies have their own criteria for deciding who they will nominate. Contact the state or territory agency directly to find out more about their nomination process and what they want from you. The states are Australian Capital Territory, New South Wales, Northern Territory, Queensland, South Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, and Western Australia. If the state or territory agency that nominates you withdraws your nomination after you have applied, your application becomes invalid. Do applicants need any irrelevant skills assessment for Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa? For your application to be valid, you must declare that you have a suitable skills assessment at the time of invitation. You will need to provide a copy of this skills assessment with your application. For medical and legal practitioners, they also accept the following as proof of a skills assessment: full or unconditional or general medical registration with the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, conditional specialist registration with the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency. This only allows you to practice in your specialty. You need no further training or supervision, admission to practice law in the relevant state or territory. Your skills assessment must have been obtained in the 3 years before the date of your invitation. If the assessment was for a shorter period, that period must not have passed. If your skills were assessed on the basis of a qualification you got in Australia when you held a student visa, the qualification must be from studying a course registered on CRICOS. What age dose required for with Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa? You must be aged under 45 when they invite you to apply for the visa. You can still apply for the visa if you turn 45 after they invite you to apply. If you turn 45 after you submit your EOI but before they invite you to apply, you will not be invited to apply. You have to be able to score 65 points or more for visa because the Subclass 190 is a points-tested visa. Be able to score 65 points or more. When you submit your EOI in Skill Select, you will be given indicative points score based on the claims you have made. If you do not obtain a score of 65 points, you will not be invited to apply for this visa. If they do invite you to apply for the visa, your invitation will state the number of points that you must score when they assess your application for grant of the visa. This score may be higher than 65 points, depending on your claims in the EOI. What evidence does an applicant need to apply for a Subclass 190 Skilled Nominated Visa? When you lodge your application, you must provide evidence supporting your claims. To check how points can be awarded, download our Canada Immigration and Australia Immigration Updates app. Have this level of English language. At the time of invitation, you must have at least competent English, meet the skills requirement, your occupation must be on the relevant list of eligible skilled occupations for the 190 Skilled Nominated Visa. To meet their health requirement, you and any family member who apply for the visa with you must meet their health requirement. If requested, family members not accompanying you to Australia might also need to meet their health requirement. To meet their character requirement, you and family members aged 16 years and over who apply for the visa with you must meet their character requirement. Family members not accompanying you to Australia must also meet the character requirement. You must have paid back your debt to the Australian government. If you or any family members, including those who do not apply for the visa with you, owe the Australian government money, you or they must have paid it back or arranged to pay it back. You have to sign the Australian Values Statement. If you are 18 years of age or older, you must have read, or had explained to you, the life in Australia and confirm you will respect the Australian way of life and obey Australian laws when you sign an Australian Values Statement. You might not be eligible for this visa if you have had a visa cancelled or refused while you were in Australia. Check if visa cancellation affects your eligibility. Now the main point comes, that how to apply for this visa. Here are step-by-step details of application submission. Step 1 is, before you apply you must submit an expression of interest, EOI, through Skill Select to let the department know you want to apply for this visa. Step 2 is, you will need to provide documents to support the claims you make in your EOI and show you meet the other visa criteria. Step 3 is, apply for the visa. When you have your invitation, you can apply online. You can be in or outside Australia. You have 60 days from the date of your invitation to apply for the visa. Fourth step is, after you apply, the department will let you know when they have received your application. If you are granted a bridging visa, you will receive notification of your visa grant. The fifth step is visa outcome. You can be in or outside Australia when they decide your visa application, but not in immigration clearance. They will let you know their decision in writing. If they grant your visa, they will tell you. Your visa grants number, the date your visa starts. Your visa conditions, if applicable. Keep a copy of the decision. If the department refuse your visa, they will tell you why they refused the visa, whether you have a right to a review of the decision. And they will not refund the application charge if they refuse your application. So that's all about this video. I believe that this video must have cleared a lot of doubts and would have provided you with a piece of detailed information regarding the subclass 491 visa. Thanks for watching. For more immigration information, click on the link in the description. And stay tuned with us and don't forget like, share and subscribe our channel.